This week, something unprecedented is happening across the United Kingdom's road network. Whether you're a daily commuter, a weekend driver, someone who relies on your car for essential travel, or even someone who only uses your vehicle occasionally, the DVLA has officially rolled out a set of 3 major driving rule changes. These changes are not minor tweaks buried quietly in the background. They are sweeping, immediate, and already transforming how your license is checked, how your vehicle is monitored, and how your compliance is verified. And the most shocking part, most drivers across the UK don't even know these changes have already gone live. The DVLA has now entered what experts call a digital enforcement era, shifting away from paper-based checks and moving entirely toward automated systems, real-time digital identity authentication, and instant data validation. This means the old way of keeping your license in your glove compartment, relying on paper reminders, or waiting for a posted notice is no longer enough. The rules have changed, and if you ignore them, the penalties can be severe. Welcome to Pensioners Power, your trusted source for everything you need to know about pensions, retirement planning, and financial wellness. Here, we cover the latest news, expert insights, and essential updates to help you maximize your retirement years. Whether it's understanding pension schemes, making the most of your savings, or staying informed about financial changes, you're in the right place. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. Now, let's jump right into today's topic. The new digital license verification process, how roadside enforcement works under the new scanning systems, what the updated insurance tracking means for everyday drivers, how older motorists are uniquely affected, why classic car owners need to be extra careful, and how a simple failure to update your details could result in fines, insurance investigations, or even temporary license suspension. This is not speculation. It is not rumor. These are confirmed DVLA regulatory adjustments that are being rolled out right now this week, and drivers who do not bring themselves up to date face immediate consequences. Let's start with the first major overhaul, the new license verification requirement. For decades, drivers were told to keep their license with them whenever they traveled. Police would ask for the physical card, verify the information on the spot, and make a record. But that entire system is being phased out. Police and DVLA enforcement officers now have expanded access to digital license databases, allowing them to verify your driving entitlement electronically, instantly, and remotely, even if you are not carrying your physical card at all. This makes your physical license far less important, but it also makes your digital records infinitely more critical. If your address is wrong, if your contact details haven't been updated, or if your identity doesn't match properly with the DVLA's authentication system, your license can appear as temporarily unverified. This classification is not just a technical glitch. It can trigger warnings, notices, digital flags, or even fines until the data is corrected. Drivers are now responsible for ensuring that every detail on file is accurate. The DVLA stance is clear. If your information is incorrect, the responsibility lies with the driver, not the system. This is a massive shift because for years, drivers were told that losing the physical license card was the real problem. But today, losing your card is less important than having outdated information in the database. The DVLA is moving toward a future where the physical card may become optional. The digital record is what matters most. Now let's talk about the second major change happening this week, the expansion of automatic registration, MOT, and tax enforcement. More roadside cameras, motorway gantry readers, urban surveillance systems, and even car park scanners are now being used to detect expired motes, unpaid vehicle tax, invalid registration, or uninsured driving. And here's the part that is catching drivers off guard. Enforcement happens instantly, electronically, and automatically. You no longer have days or weeks to fix a problem before action is taken. If your MOT expired yesterday, if your tax renewal failed during a bank transition, or if your insurance lapsed for even a single day because a renewal payment didn't go through, the system will detect it immediately. You could receive a notice, a digital penalty, or even a formal investigation before you ever receive a letter in the post. Written notifications are no longer the starting point, they are simply a follow-up to the digital action. And this gets even more serious when we move into the third major change, continuous insurance verification. Previously, insurance was primarily checked during roadside stops, after an accident, or during formal investigations. But now, the DVLA and insurance companies are syncing their databases continuously. This means that if your insurance lapses, even for a day or two, the system registers your vehicle as uninsured and may automatically generate an enforcement notice. Many drivers assume that a short gap in insurance doesn't matter, especially if they're switching providers or waiting for a renewal confirmation. But under the new rules, even a temporary lapse is treated as a potential liability period. This new system significantly reduces driver anonymity. It places full responsibility on the vehicle keeper to ensure continuous coverage without gaps. If a renewal payment fails, if a policy expires at midnight, or if someone simply forgets to confirm the renewal, the consequences can arrive before you even realize what has happened. All of these changes are leading the UK toward a fully digital first enforcement model. The DVLA is signaling very clearly that physical documents, paperwork, plastic cards, and posted reminders are becoming relics of the past. The real proof of your entitlement to drive is the data stored in the DVLA system. The burden of accuracy has shifted entirely onto the driver. If your online records are wrong, even by a single detail, you are considered non-compliant. This is especially challenging for older drivers, particularly those over 70, who must renew their license every 3 years and who may be less accustomed to managing everything online. Many older motorists still expect paper forms, postal reminders, and manual updates. But the DVLA's new system assumes digital competency. A driver who forgets to update an address, who misses a renewal email, or who does not understand the new digital authentication process could unintentionally become non-compliant without ever realizing it. In fact, experts are warning that older drivers will face more penalties than ever before, not because they're unsafe, but because the system has shifted away from the manual processes they've relied on for decades. A renewed license sent to the wrong address, an email notification that lands in a spam folder, or a failed digital payment linked to a bank card can result in unexpected fines, warnings, or license flags. Many families may now need to step in to help older relatives manage their DVLA records, insurance renewals, and digital account updates. But older drivers are not the only group at risk. Owners of classic vehicles, historic cars, or older models exempt from certain taxes are also facing new challenges. Many classic car exemptions depend on accurate DVLA records. But automated cameras cannot recognize exemptions automatically unless the database is perfectly updated. A legally exempt vehicle may still be flagged as non-compliant if the system cannot match the exemption to the registration in real time. This means classic car owners must take extra care to ensure their vehicle records are up to date, validated, and correctly recognized by the system. Manual verification may be necessary in some cases to prevent misidentification. With so many new changes rolling out at the same time, the most important question becomes, what must drivers do this week to stay compliant? The answer is simple but critical. Every driver should log into the DVLA's online portals and verify everything: license status, address details, MOT and tax expiry dates, insurance validity, and personal information. A few minutes of checking now can prevent costly penalties later. Think of it like vehicle hygiene: simple, routine, and essential. Checking your status online is fast, free, and provides real-time information. The DVLA portals can show your penalty points, your license entitlement, the status of your car tax, your MOT, expiry, and even your insurance record. This empowers drivers to stay ahead of the system, detect issues early, and correct inconsistencies before they become expensive problems. But why is all this happening now? The government's long-term goal is clear. They want a streamlined, fully automated system that manages the UK's millions of drivers with minimal manual oversight. By relying on digital identity, instant database checks, and automation, the system reduces paperwork, improves enforcement speed, prevents uninsured driving, reduces expired motes, and increases accountability. It also lays the groundwork for future digital driving licenses, which experts believe will eventually replace the physical plastic cards entirely. The changes happening this week are just the beginning. They represent a fundamental shift in the way driving compliance is managed in the UK. Instead of occasional checks and paper reminders, the system now uses instant digital verification, real-time tracking, and automated enforcement. Drivers who embrace the new system, stay informed, and keep their records updated will have no issues. But those who rely on old habits, those who assume paper documents are enough, or that minor administrative errors won't matter, risk fines, investigations, and unnecessary penalties. In today's driving environment, staying informed is as important as staying insured. These new rules are not optional. They are already in force. The difference between lawful, smooth driving and costly mistakes now depends on awareness and accuracy. So check your details today, keep your records updated, and protect yourself from unexpected penalties. The digital era of driving has officially begun. Thank you for watching Pensioners Power. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you in the next video with more insights on the issues that affect the UK. Take care, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all the latest updates.